Okay. Let's see if we can do bench view. Is the victim on the like appearing? Is the victim appearing like by team or by? No. No. Okay. Well, no. I just wanted to know if I needed to read the advice. No. Okay. This is the 5 a.m. initial appearance calendar for May 26, 2025. The court's orders for the taking of the DNA and fingerprints that were given on the first calendar of this month shall apply to all matters on this calendar. Now, when you appear on at the podium, I'm going to be giving you your what your charges are, what you're here for. I'm going to see whether or not I'm going to be appointing counsel or not. You're going to get your new court date. You are also, I'm going to be giving you written release, or you're going to be getting release conditions, and you are also going to get written release conditions. I am not going to be reading all the release conditions, but there are some that I'm going to be giving you, just telling you what they are, but you are going to get written release conditions, and you need to know you need to abide by all of your written release conditions. Do you understand that? Okay. So we shall start. Dang Lei or Dang Lee to come to the podium, and Joey Duran, please go to chair. Hello, yes. Could you please state your full name?
Dang Lee, 7/10/88.
Okay, and you have two cases before me this morning. The first one is a warrant out of Encanto Justice Court. It is for one count of driving without a license, or suspended or revoked canceled license is a misdemeanor. If you remain in custody, you're going to be in custody. You will be appointed counsel at your next hearing. If you're, because I can't appoint counsel for a different jurisdiction. You have an arraignment set in that court on May 29th at 8:30 a.m. You'll have secure appearance bond in that case in the amount of $500. On your other case before me, it is a charges that you will be charged. You are charged with one count of possessing or using dangerous drug as a class 4 felony, one count of possessing or using a narcotic drug as a class 4 felony, one count of possessing or using drug paraphernalia as a class 6 felony, and one count of driving with a suspended or revoked or canceled license as a class 1 misdemeanor. And I did find probable cause for those charges. I am appointing counsel to represent you. You have a status conference set on May 30th at 8:30 a.m. and a preliminary hearing set on June 4th at 8:30 a.m. And because I need to hold you without bond, because you were on felony release, that means that I need to set an evidentiary hearing, which will be on June 2nd at 1:30 p.m. So since I have to hold you without bond, we need to set that evidentiary hearing. Okay?
Okay.
You just go to your left, you'll get your paperwork. Joey Duran, please come to the podium. Justin Minor, please go to the chair. Hello, and could you please state your full name?
Joey Duran.
And I believe your middle name is Gilbert?
Huh?
Your middle name is Gilbert?
No.
No? Okay. Well, it seems like there may be a mistake regarding your name. Just let your attorney know that. Okay? Your date of birth is?
12/18/75.
All right, and I do have that correct. Now, you're being charged with one count of threatening, intimidating, and with gang affiliations, which is a class 3 felony, one count of street gang assistance is a class 3 felony, one count of aggravated assault with impeding breathing as a class 4 felony, one count of possessing a weapon by a prohibited person as a class 4 felony, one count of possessing or using a narcotic drug as a class 4 felony, one count of aggravated assault as a class 6 felony. I did find that there was probable cause for these charges. I did not find that you were indigent by viewing the financial statements that I reviewed. If later on you were able to find counsel, you needed to, you can always apply for counsel again, okay? You could see if another judge found that there was needed, that you could see if they found that you were indigent, or at this moment I did not find that. Or at least also the pretrial services said no. But then again, they almost always find no. You have a status conference set on June 2nd at 8:30 a.m. Your preliminary hearing set on June 4th at 8:30 a.m. You have a secured appearance bond in the amount of $100,000. If you do bond out, you are also to be supervised by pretrial services and to have electronic monitoring installed before you are to be released, with curfew to be determined by pretrial services. And you're also not to initiate contact with the alleged victim or have any contact with the alleged victim, and to initiate contact with any complainant or witness. Okay? If you just go to the left to get your paperwork. Justin Minor, please go to the podium. Alberto Elino Orbez, please go to the chair. Hello, thank you. Can you please state your full name?
Justin Tyler Minor.
Thank you. And your date of birth?
7/17/92.
All right, and you have a warrant for failing to show up for court, for failing to show up for a pretrial conference, and your initial charges are 1 count of possessing a weapon by a prohibited person as a Class 4 felony, 1 count of possessing or using a narcotic drug as a Class 4 felony, 1 count of possessing or using a dangerous drug as a Class 4 felony, and 1 count of possessing or using drug paraphernalia. You have existing counsel at the Legal Defender's Office, but I did reaffirm that. You have a status conference set on June 5th at 8:30 a.m. And I'm just affirming the bond as a secured appearance bond in the amount of $10,000. That is what that bond was in the amount of. Okay? So if you just go to your left, look at that paperwork. Alberto Elina Urbez, please go to the podium. Paris Parkinson Lopez, please go to the chair. Hello.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Yes, good morning. Could you please state your full name?
Alberto Aliano Urbez.
All right. And your date of birth?
12/18/87.
All right, and that is what I have here. And you have an arrest warrant for possessing or using a dangerous drug as a Class 4 felony. And the financial profile did not, financial profile did not show that you were indigent. So at this time, I'm not appointing counsel to represent you. If you did find that you were having trouble finding counsel, you can then file later on to see if you could get counsel later on, okay? But at this moment, I'm not going to appoint counsel. So you have a status conference set on June 2nd at 8:30 a.m. and a preliminary hearing set on June 4th at 8:30 a.m. at the South Court Tower, downtown Phoenix. You have a secured appearance bond in the amount of $1,000. Okay.
So.
You have a bond.
Okay, so I can.
In the amount of $1,000.
Okay.
So you can use a bonding company to be able to bond out.
Okay.
All right? So you just go to your left to get your paperwork. Paris Alexis Parkinson Lopez, please come to the podium. Sierra Angulo. Oh, did we already do her? Yes, we already did that person. Oh, you want to? If we did that, there's a house called before court. Yes. She had to go to the hospital. So we already did her. Number 2 and 3? We already did her. She had to go to the hospital. Do you remember that person? That's the one you took me back to do? Yeah. 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 Okay, so Dedrick Adams, please go to the chair. Okay, so, yes, number 2 and number 3 is done. We did it before we did it here. We did it at the house call. Okay, so could you please state your full name?
Paris Alexis Parkinson Lopez,
And your date of birth?
December 18th, 1992.
Okay. Now, you are being charged with 2 counts of aggravated assault as a Class 6 felony, 1 count of resisting arrest using physical force as a Class 6 felony, and 1 count of disorderly conduct as a Class 1 misdemeanor. I did find that there was probable cause for these charges. I am appointing counsel to represent you. You have a status conference set on June 2nd at 8:30 a.m. and a preliminary hearing set on June 4th at 8:30 a.m. at the South Tower in downtown Phoenix. You have a secured appearance bond, in this case in the amount of $2,500. Do not initiate contact with any of the alleged victim or victims or witnesses. Okay? You just go to your left to get your paperwork.
Thank you.
Dedrick Adams, please go to the podium. Jamie Robinson, please go to the chair. Oh, could you please take off your hat? Okay, and could you please state your full name?
Dedrick DeLon Adams Jr.
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear the last name.
Dedrick DeLon Adams Jr.
Okay, and your date of birth?
February 1st, 1995.
All right, and you have a warrant for violating your probation. I am appointing counsel to represent you. You have probation revocation hearings set on June 2nd at 8:30 a.m., and I'm setting a secured appearance bond in the amount of $100. Okay, so you just go to your left to get your paperwork. Oh, and if you do bond out, be sure to contact your probation officer within 72 hours.
Okay.
Jamie Robinson, please come to the podium. Emmanuel Zuniga, please go to the chair. Hello.
Hello.
Could you please state your full name?
Jamie Ann Riley Robinson,
And your date of birth?
14 of 96.
All right, and now you have a case now in Goodyear Municipal Court. It is 1 count of possessing or using drug paraphernalia as a Class 1 misdemeanor. It is a different court, so I cannot appoint counsel for you in that court. You have arraignment set for June 4th at 8:30 a.m., and I'm setting a secured appearance bond in the amount of $500. Okay, so if you can make that, you'll be able to be released. If not, you'll be transported. Or actually, was that for warrant? Oh, that was why you had a warrant for $500. I just affirmed the warrant. That's what happened. Okay? And Manuel, yes, thank you. And David Lopez, please go to the chair. And Manuel, thanks. Can you please state your full name?
Manuel Zuniga, 6396.
All right, and you have a warrant for violating your probation. I'm appointing counsel to represent you. You have probation revocation hearings set on June 2nd at 8:30 a.m., and I am just affirming the bond in the amount of $250.
All right.
Okay. David Lopez, please come to the podium. And Tanya Edwards, please go to the chair. Hello, Mr. Lopez. Could you please state your full name?
David Lopez.
Okay, and your middle name is Amparo?
Yeah, David Amparo Lopez.
No problem. You have 2 cases before me today. The first one before me is number 15 on the calendar. And I'm sorry, you have your full name was David Amparo Lopez, and your date of birth is?
It was March 29, 2000.
All right, and that is the same on both cases. On number 15, you are being charged with 1 count of possessing or using dangerous drugs as a Class 4 felony, and 1 count of possessing or using drug paraphernalia as a Class 6 felony. I did find probable cause for these charges. I am appointing counsel to represent you. You have a status conference set on June 2nd at 8:30 a.m. and a preliminary hearing set on June 4th at 8:30 a.m. I am I am setting a secured appearance bond in this case in the amount of $50 because on your other case, you are being page 2'd because you have a warrant for violating your probation. So on that case, I am appointing counsel to represent you. You have probation revocation hearings set on June 2nd at 8:30 a.m. And you have a secured appearance bond in that case for $500. Okay, so that's why I didn't want to just release you, OR on that one, because otherwise you're being in custody, but you won't get any credit.
Okay.
Okay, so you're getting $50 on the new case and $500 bond on the probation case.
There's no way I could like just, cause my condition in my hand, like there's no way
I'm
I
not
could
releasing. I'm going to affirm I'm not just releasing you.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't feel comfortable just releasing you. Sorry.
All right. Why is that?
Just because you have new charges. Yeah. If you bond out, you can bond out $550. It could definitely be worse. Okay, just go to your left and you'll get your paperwork.
All right.
If you bond out, you can bond out $550. It could definitely be worse. Okay, just go to your left and you'll get your paperwork.
All right.
Tanya Edwards, please come to the podium. Sergio Insaste, please go to the chair. Okay, Tanya, you have 4 cases before me today. Can you please state your full name?
Tanya Jean Edwards,
And your date of birth?
December 3rd, 1990.
And that is the same name and date of birth on each of the cases. And that is 16, 17, 18, and 19 on the calendar. We'll just take them one at a time. So number 16 is a warrant for violating your probation. I'm appointing counsel to represent you. You have probation revocation arraignment hearings on June 2nd at 8:30 a.m. and it is a secured appearance bond in the amount of $100. Number 17, okay, hold on. Number 17, same thing, warrant. Appointing counsel to represent you. Same thing about warrant probation revocation hearings on the same date and time, June 2nd, 8:30, and it is same amount of bond, $100. Number 18, a warrant for violating your probation. I'm appointing counsel to represent you. Probation revocation hearings on the same date and time, June 2nd at 8:30, but your appearance bond in this case is $500. On the 19, that is actually new charges. This is where you are being charged with 1 count of possessing or using narcotic drugs. I did not find probable cause for that charge. They just said that they felt that it was narcotic drugs, but they hadn't tested it yet. They took it to be tested. Those charges actually could stand as those good charges, that could be a basis, but for just probable cause, I did not find it at the moment. I did, however, find that there was, given the totality of the information I had, I did find, however, that there was probable cause that there was drug paraphernalia, which is a class 6 felony. And I did find that there was 1 count of probable cause for the possession or use of prescription drugs, which is a class 1 misdemeanor. So I can find release conditions in these cases. You have a I am appointing counsel to represent you in these charges. You have a status conference set on June 2nd at 8:30 and a preliminary hearing set on June 4th at 8:30. You have secured appearance bond in these cases, in this case, in the amount of $500. Okay?
Sorry, go ahead.
No, so you'll get all your paperwork.
Okay, so is it possible for me to get bonded out?
Yes, you can bond out on all of them.
So what's the total?
It's 100, 100, 500, and this is also 500. So it looks like 1,200 total.
Okay, 'cause my dad, he's like having surgery and it's hurt, and I don't know, he's really not doing that good.
Okay,
So,
I'm not changing
Okay.
anything at this moment.
but it can be bonded out. Okay, thank
Yes.
you.
Sergio Insaste, please come to the podium. Regina Keller, please go to the chair. Hello.
Hi,
And could you please state your full name?
yeah, my name is Sergio Insaste Rubalcaba.
Oh, okay. And they may have just switched your middle and last name.
Okay,
So-
it's two last names.
Okay.
So it's normally is Rubalcaba Insaste.
Oh, and that's how I have it actually on
Okay,
both the names
but
I
it's not a
have.
middle name though, it's two last names.
Two last names,
Yes.
okay. And your date of birth,
My date of birth is January 30th of 1980.
and that is what I have on both of these cases.
Okay,
All right. So on the number 28 on the docket, I have is a new case. You are being charged with one count of criminal trespassing in the first degree and a residential structure as a Class 6 felony, one count of criminal damage as a Class 1 misdemeanor. I did find probable cause for these charges. I'm appointing the Public Defender's Office to represent you. You have a status conference set on June 2nd at 8:30 a.m. and a preliminary hearing set on June 4th at 8:30 a.m. And that is in downtown Phoenix in the Southport Tower. I am setting a secured appearance bond in the amount of $50 because you have a warrant for violating your probation on the second case. And so you are being charged with violating your probation. And so I am appointing counsel to represent you in that matter. You have a probation revocation hearing set on June 2nd at 8:30 a.m. at the, in downtown Phoenix. Actually, that's at 201 West Jefferson. It's basically just in the same.
okay,
Yeah,
ma'am,
series.
so I have a violation probation, for second case of this case, or?
You have two cases.
Okay, we're talking about case from probation, right?
You have one probation case because they're saying that you committed a new crime.
Okay, so there's a violation probation
Yes.
for it, okay?
And on that case, just take a look at your paperwork.
Yeah.
One is at 201 West Jefferson, and one is in the South Tower. So in this case, you have a secured appearance bond in the amount of $500.
Okay, so my bond's $500?
$550.
$550?
Yes.
Okay.
All right. So if you just go to your left, you'll get that.
June, what's the date on those?
June 2nd is actually for both of them.
Okay, so then I just gotta wait till June 2nd and then I'll be reinstated, or?
No, you're going to get an attorney that will help you with your case.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so talk to them, and then they can help you resolve your cases.
Okay,
Okay?
June 2nd, right?
Yes.
Thank you. Is that all?
Yes, that's all for me.
Thank you.
Regina Keller, please come to the podium. And Carlos Samayo, please go to the chair. Hello, Regina. Can you please state your full name?
Regina Renee Keller.
All right, and you have two cases before me as well. You have a new case and a warrant for violating your probation in the same situation. So on the new case, you are being charged with criminal trespassing in the first degree regarding a residential structure as a Class 6 felony. I'm appointing the Maricopa County Public Defender's Office to represent you, and that will be at the status conference on June 2nd at 8:30 a.m. and a preliminary hearing on June 4th at 8:30 a.m. You have a secured appearance bond in that case in the amount of $50. On your probation violation case, I will be appointing the Public Defender's Office to represent you. You have a probation revocation arraignment and a possible disposition set on the same date and time on and you'll have a secured appearance bond in that case in the amount of $250.
So how much are my bonds
It
altogether?
will be $300 total.
300 total?
Yes.
All right. Thank you.
You're welcome. Carlos Samayo, please come to the podium. Nathan Long, please go to the chair.
Yes, hello.
Hello. And, sir. Okay, and you also have a probation violation case and a new case.
Yeah, technically,
Yes,
I am on probation.
yes, you're on probation and you have a new case. So on the new case, you are being charged with, let me get your full name, please, first.
Carlos Samayoa,
And your middle name is Humberto?
Humberto. Mm-hmm.
And your date of birth?
December 12/13/2000.
Thank you. And let me just, and that is the same name and date of birth on both of them.
Yes.
And you're being charged with 1 count of criminal damage as a Class 4 felony. I am appointing counsel to represent you. You have a status conference set on June 2nd at 8:30 a.m. and a preliminary hearing set on the same date and time. You have, I'm setting a secured appearance bond in the amount of $250, and if you are to be bonded out, the adult probation officer is to supervise you upon your release. You are not to return to the scene of the alleged crime. You are not to initiate contact with the alleged victim or victims. I understand that is your father.
Yes,
home.
my dad.
Yeah. Do not go back there. You're also, I'm not sure if you live there or not, but you are not to reside at the same location as him. You are not to go back to the residence, even if you are owner or renter of the residence.
Yeah.
You must provide alternate residence. However, you are allowed 1 civil standby with a law enforcement officer in order to permit you to collect your belongings. Okay?
I do have an HOA where I can just fix from a phone call, so I just don't show up there.
I just said no. You cannot. You cannot live there.
No, I don't live there. I was just, if I'm honest, I was just wasted, and
Okay, again, you don't want to talk about the
I just want to be released on my own recognizance.
Okay, I'm not releasing you on your own recognizance.
No probation. My probation officer just saw me 3 days ago.
Okay, I just said I'm not releasing you.
Okay.
Okay, we're not done.
Yeah.
He has another case for me to also talk to him about. Okay, I'm explaining to you, I am not releasing you. Okay, and you don't want to talk about the incident, about what happened, because we're being recorded, and whatever you say may be used against you at your trial. Okay?
Yeah, I'm just being completely
But I'm just
honest.
letting you know that you
That's what
can.
it is.
Okay. And that is admirable. However, it's also something that you just don't necessarily want to be used later on against you. Okay? I have appointed counsel to represent you, so you want to be able to talk to your counsel to get their advice about things that you should and should not say. Okay? I'm the judge. I can't give you advice. I'm just letting you know, though, that right now, don't talk about the facts.
Okay. And
okay. But I am saying that you cannot go to that residence. That is my order as part of release conditions. If you bond out, you cannot go back to that place. Do you understand? That is my order. And the adult probation officer, your adult probation officer I'm making it an order that they're to supervise you upon your release. Because initially, one of the recommendations was that they wanted pretrial services. But since you already have probation officer, it's like pretrial services should not be supervising you since we already have probation department.
It's my apartment, so I don't know.
Okay, I'm explaining to you right now, you cannot go to that. You cannot go to the scene of the crime. You cannot go to your father's house. or your father's apartment. Do you understand? You can go to your own apartment. You cannot go to his
My girlfriend
apartment.
is pregnant 2 weeks.
I do not care. You cannot go to that address. You can go to yours. If it is the same address, you cannot go to, you have to find a new address. That is my order. You must find an alternate residence if you live at the same place.
I don't live there.
Okay, then.
I have my own house. I have my girlfriend. She's.
Then go elsewhere. Then just stay there. That's all I'm saying.
That's my plan. I just want to sleep it off.
Okay, you can't.
Go home.
You go someplace else.
Talk to my PO and see what she wants to do with me.
Okay, well, right now, I'm telling you, that was for the new case. Now for the warrant, for the probation violation. Basically, you are now page 2 for violating, and for having a new crime. They're saying that you've violated your probation.
Mm-hmm.
I am going to appoint counsel to represent you in this case as well. You have probation revocation hearings set on June 2nd at 8:30 a.m., and I'm setting a bond in the amount of $100. Okay? Just go to the left and you'll get your paperwork for both cases. Nathan Long, please come to the podium. And Nell Garcia Salcido, please go to the chair.
Morning, ma'am.
Good morning. Okay, could you please state your full name?
Nathan Andrew Long,
Thank you. Your date of birth?
11/08/1990.
Thank you. You have an arrest warrant, and this actually, you have one, this is for 1 count of possessing or using a narcotic drug as a class 4 felony, 1 count of possessing or using drug paraphernalia as a class 6 felony, and since it's an arrest warrant already, it says that I don't have to find probable cause, it's already been found. I am appointing counsel to represent you. You have a status conference set on June 10th at 8:30 a.m. and a preliminary hearing set on June 12th at 8:30 a.m. I am going to have you released on supervised release for pretrial supervision. So just make sure that you follow pretrial services direction. Okay, you're going to get an envelope. They got it right there for you. Contact them when you get out. Obviously, it's going to be late to that, but so contact them on Tuesday because tomorrow's a holiday. All right, and then just follow their directions. Okay, just make sure you're also that you show up for court. Make sure that there's also a phone number in there about the Maricopa County Public Defender's Office. Contact them as well. But the important thing is show up for court. All right. Okay. Good luck.
Thank you, ma'am.
I'm sorry, did you? Did I miss that?
All the way down on the left. Okay.
Which one?
Mine and there.
Number 7? That was number 7. Nathan Long? 27? Oh, I must have missed him. Sorry. Oh, I thought we just did him. It's unsigned? Oh. Well, maybe I might have. They gave him his paperwork though. Okay, we can sign it and they can still send it back to him. I didn't change anything. Yeah, I can still sign it though, yeah. I did, actually, I know I opened it because he kept talking. I didn't think that I changed anything though. Oh, you know what, I think I started to change it to pretrial services when the prosecutor wanted me to change it to pretrial services, but then I didn't change it at all. So maybe the initial paperwork still has my initial signature on it? I don't know.
We go with marker. She doesn't speak English. Sure. 8, number 8. On the phone next.
Is there a problem with number 8?
She speaks Spanish only.
Oh, so we need an interpreter.
Yeah. Do you want me to move her to the left or?
Yeah, well, we can move her down.
Okay. Fíjate, por favor.
you want to just move it? Or you want me to move it? Okay, and then, this is the one that I may make changes since they had the victim's statement. Let me see if the state's recommendation changed. No, it still says pretrial services.
Gerard, Phillips?
Okay, let me talk. Okay, Renee Gonzalez, please come to the podium. Gerald Phillips, please go to the chair. Hello, could you please state your full name?
Yes, Renee Andrew Gonzalez,
And your date of birth?
May 24th, 1996.
All right, sir, you are being charged with one count of child abuse, reckless child abuse, class 5 felony. I am appointing counsel to represent you. You have a status conference set on June 10th at 8:30 a.m. and a preliminary hearing set on June 12th at 8:30 a.m. I am going to release you on supervised release with pretrial services. Now, I've got to let you know that I had set the release conditions, and then I got the victim impact statement, which I was concerned. Then it's actually that it's just that there's a concern that if I release you, that are you going to make good choices?
Yes, ma'am.
So I got to just tell you, I think maybe the best thing to do is just don't discipline your daughter. Okay, yeah. At least right now, just not until maybe just get some parenting courses or something.
Of course.
Or like maybe how to discipline. I would just honestly say, just let your wife or like let the mother take care of that aspect.
Yes, ma'am.
Of parenting at this moment. Talk to your attorney before you do anything else. I'm not going to say for you not to go home. I'm not going to say for you not to have any contact with your child. At this moment, I just feel I'm not going to say not to go back home. At this moment, I think that just looking at things at hindsight, I just feel like it's best just to think better of things.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay?
Yes.
Because I know that a felony can take forever, and I don't want you to lose all that time with your child.
Of course.
So at this moment, I'm just going to say, just don't discipline. I know it'll be like, just make better choices.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay? And also I understand, but so I'm going to appoint counsel to represent you. You are being charged with the one count of the reckless child abuse as a classified felony. I did find that there was probable cause for these charges. I am appointing counsel to represent you. You have a status conference set on June 10th at 8:30 and a preliminary hearing set on June 12th at 8:30. I am going to, like I said, I'm going to release you on supervised release with pretrial services. You are going to get an envelope, so just review everything in there, contact them. When you get out, I do believe, like you said that they're closed tomorrow to be able to contact them, or I would just say, do you want even try tomorrow? Because I think that it's just better to try and not be able to contact them than they just say, well, you didn't contact them. Okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Contact them, and then just contact them again.
Okay.
Okay?
Yes.
Well, they have 3 days, but it's the county, so.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so then good. Just, the important thing is make sure you show up for court, make sure you stay in contact with your attorney.
Okay.
All right?
Yes, ma'am.
Have a good day.
Thank you.
Gerald Phillips, please come to the podium. Nash Landers, please go to the chair. Okay, sir, please tell me your full name.
Gerald Allen Phillips,
And your date of birth.
September 3rd, 2000.
And you have a arrest warrant out of Superior Court. It is for one count of aggravated assault on a police officer, the Class 5 felony, and one count of resisting arrest with using physical force, the Class 6 felony. These incidents actually happened in actually this says September 7th of 2018 and September 7th of 2019. Obviously, one of the dates has to be, it's got to be 18 or 19, I'm sure. I did feel as though you didn't have, that you didn't get prior court, you didn't get any prior notice of any prior court dates. So I am going to be releasing you on your own recognizance. But I am appointing counsel to represent you, that you have a status conference set on June 10th at 8:30 a.m. and your preliminary hearing set on June 12th at 8:30 a.m. As I stated, it looked to me as though you did not get notice of any prior court date, and you've just been law-abiding citizen, and you hadn't been, hadn't been stopped, and just didn't have a good address. The court didn't have a good address for you. So I'm going to have that you will be able to be given the opportunity to have on your promise to keep showing up for court. Okay. Okay? So show up for court, stay in contact with your attorney. Okay? Okay. Do not, it does appear to be a, well, when there is an officer, he is a victim. Obviously, I'm not sure that you know who they are since about 10 years ago, but do not initiate contact with any alleged victim or victims. No physical contact with the alleged victim or witnesses, and still, of course, do not initiate contact with the arresting officers, which is basically the same person. So just, you can get your paperwork and show up for court.
Okay, thank you so much.
You're welcome. Just show up so I don't look like an idiot. Okay? All right. Nashlanders, please show up to the podium. And Trent Cummins, go to the chair. Thank you. Please state your full name.
Nash Russell Landers,
Date of birth.
04/06/2007.
Thank you. And you are being charged with a case out of Arrowhead Justice Court. You're being charged with one count of exceeding the posted speed over 20 miles per hour as a Class 3 misdemeanor. I am not appointing counsel at this time. It's a different court. You have an arraignment set for June 10th at 2 p.m. out of Arrowhead Justice Court, and I am going to be releasing you on your own recognizance, so on your promise to appear.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay?
So June 10th at...
June 10th at 2 p.m. for Arrowhead Justice Court.
Will that be on the paper?
Yes, it'll be. You'll get that paperwork. So just, I'm not sure if the actual address will be on there. So just you may have to look it up, but
Okay.
it's on there. Okay, great. So just go. You can of course navigate it from the navigation. You can look it up and just make sure that you show up for court.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay? You're quite welcome. And that's it. Just go to your left and get your paperwork. Have a good day.
You as well.
Trent Cummins, please come to the podium. Hello. Can you please state your full name?
Good morning. My name is Trent Cummins.
And your middle name is?
Lee.
Lee, okay. And your date of birth?
05/17/1984.
Thank you. You have a new case out of West Mesa Justice Court, and it is reckless driving as a misdemeanor and exceeding the posted speed over 20 miles per hour as a Class 3 misdemeanor. I did find that there's probable cause for these charges. It is a different jurisdiction, so I cannot appoint counsel to represent you. That court could appoint counsel if they felt that it was appropriate. Your court is West Mesa Justice Court. You have an arraignment set for June 10th at 8:30 a.m., and I'm going to be releasing you on your own recognizance as well. Okay? So again, make sure that, if you overheard, make sure that you show up for court.
Absolutely.
Okay?
Thank you.
All right. Good luck.
First row all the way down.
Okay. So is Anel the person that we have for the interpreter? The next two are interpreter cases, right?
You can probably do Thompson because his charges.
Okay, but we need to then close the door.
The charges.
That's fine. I want to make. I do want to make sure though that the door is completely closed.
Can you quiet that?
Huh?
Can you knock the mic off in there?
I have no idea.
Oh. I'll let it on your standing, but then.
No. Just because they say they don't, doesn't necessarily mean that they don't.
So what do you want to do first?
Well, I want to take care of the interpreter cases first.
Okay, perfect.
I'm sorry, what?
Yeah, we need to.
Okay. Okay. Hello, are you there?
Hello, my name is Joseph. I'm your Lionbridge Spanish interpreter. ID number 5914. Ready for your instructions.
Thank you. Enel Garcia Salcido, can you please come to the podium? And, okay, and the other one's up there. Okay, great. And can you please state your full name?
¿Puede decir su nombre fuerte y claro?
Anel Garcia.
Amil Garcia.
Are you also known by Anel Guadalupe Garcia Salcido?
¿Usted también es conocida como Anil Guadalupe García Socido?
Sí.
Yes.
What's your date of birth?
¿Fecha de nacimiento?
Mayo 23 del 87.
May 23rd, 1987.
Okay. Now you have a new case out of Goodyear Municipal Court.
Tiene un nuevo caso aquí en la Corte Municipal de Goodyear.
You're being charged with 1 count of shoplifting by removing goods as a Class 1 misdemeanor.
Usted está siendo cargada con una cuenta de robo por remover cosas en un delito menor de robo de cosas de un lugar.
And 1 count of shoplifting by concealment as a Class 1 misdemeanor.
Y también tiene un cargo, una cuenta de robo por ocultamiento como una clase, como un delito menor.
I found probable cause for these charges.
Yo encontré causa probable para estos cargos.
I cannot appoint counsel for a different jurisdiction.
No le puedo apuntar a consejería para una jurisdicción diferente.
You can ask that court to appoint counsel if you want to.
Usted puede pedir a la corte si necesita que le apunten a un consejero, si usted quiere, o sea, como una persona que la defienda.
In that court can have you fill out paperwork to see if you are eligible.
Y la corte le puede pedir que rellene papeles para ver si es usted elegible.
You have an arraignment set on June 11th at 1 p.m.
Usted tiene un arriesgo que está agendado para junio 11 a la 1 de la tarde.
At the Goodyear Municipal Court.
En la Corte Municipal de Goodyear.
I'm releasing you on your own recognizance.
La estoy liberando bajo su propio consejo.
That is on your promise to appear at court.
Y es una promesa que usted tiene que hacer que va a aparecer para la fecha de corte.
So be sure to show up.
Así que asegúrese de aparecer en ese día.
Otherwise, there will be a warrant for your arrest, and next time you will have, most likely you'll have to have a higher bond.
Asegure, si no aparece ese día de corte, va a haber una orden de captura por su arresto, y la próxima vez sería más probablemente que haya una fianza más alta.
If you go to your left, you'll get your paperwork.
Si va a la izquierda, puede recibir sus papeles.
Gracias. You're welcome.
Thank you.
And then we have another interpreter case. Mr. Aguilera. Thank you.
No hablo inglés.
Un momento.
Okay.
Can you please state your name?
Muy amablemente diga su nombre fuerte y claro.
Cuauhtémoc López.
Cuauhtémoc López.
Okay, and I believe you also have Aguilera as one of your names?
¿Tiene Aguilera como uno de sus nombres o apellidos?
Sí, es Cuauhtémoc López Aguilera.
Cuauhtémoc López Aguilera.
And your date of birth?
Fecha de nacimiento.
El 12 de mayo de 1993.
May 12, 1993.
All right, and you have a new case out of White Tank Justice Court.
Tiene un nuevo caso de la Corte de Justicia de White Tank.
You are being charged with one count of DUI, being impaired by liquor, drugs, or a combination as a Class 1 misdemeanor.
Usted está siendo cargado con una cuenta por manejar bajo la influencia y estar dañado por licor, drogas o una combinación. Es como un delito menor.
One count of DUI with a BAC of a .08 or more as a Class 1 misdemeanor.
Tiene una cuenta de manejar bajo la influencia con una BAC de 0.08 y una clase más por un delito menor.
And one count of an extreme DUI with a BAC of a .15 to a .20 as a Class 1 misdemeanor.
Y también tiene un cargo sobre manejar bajo la influencia con la sangre, niveles de sangre de 0.15 a 0.20 como una clase número 1 de cargo menor.
I found probable cause for these charges.
He encontrado causa probable para estos cargos.
I did not find you eligible to appoint counsel, but I can't appoint counsel in a different jurisdiction.
No he encontrado que elegible que usted pueda recibir o que se le apunte consejero o una persona que le defienda, pero usted no puede ser apuntado para una jurisdicción diferente para que lo defiendan.
You have an arraignment set on June 10th at 9:30 a.m. at the White Tank Justice Court.
Usted tiene una comparecencia que está puesta para junio 10 a las 9:30 en la Corte de Justicia de White Tank.
I am going to be releasing you on your own recognizance, which is your promise to appear for court.
Yo le voy a estar liberando el día de hoy bajo su propio reconocimiento. ¿Cuál es la promesa que usted va a aparecer en la corte esa fecha?
Entonces me van a dejar libre.
So am I going to be released?
On this case, I'm releasing you. Yes.
En este caso sí lo estoy liberando.
I don't know if you're going to be held on anything else, but you're being released on this case.
Pero no sé si está detenido por alguna otra cosa, pero frente a este caso usted está siendo liberado en este caso.
Good luck.
Ok, muchas gracias. Entonces, ocupo que si no tengo nada más, ¿puedo hablar a alguien para que me pueda recoger?
So if I don't have anything else to do here, can I call someone to come and pick me up?
Yes, you'll have to talk to the detention officers about that.
Tiene que hablar con los oficiales de detención respecto a eso.
Ok.
Okay.
Gracias.
Thank you.
And thank you, interpreter. Appreciate your help.
Thank you.
We only have one more other person, and I know he's not an interpreter.
Okay. Thank you for calling Lion Bridge for your language needs. Have a good day.
You too, bye. Okay, yes, we can take Mr. Thompson. Hello.
Hey, good morning, Honor.
Good morning. Thank you. So could you please state your full name?
Timothy Wayne Thompson.
And yes, I have two cases before me on this case. And you have, sorry, could you please state your full name again?
Timothy Wayne Thompson.
Yes, I have that name. And your date of birth?
July 4th, 1985.
All right, and I have that same name and date of birth on both cases.
Yes.
And on the number 4 on the docket and number 5 on the docket, number 4 on the docket, we'll take that one first. And it is for one count of violating your probation as a Class 3 felony. That's the underlying charge for this Class 3 felony. And I am appointing counsel to represent you. You have a probation revocation arraignment hearing with a possible disposition on June 2nd at 8:30 a.m. And however, on this case, you are not. I have to hold you without bond. And on your other case, and actually I'm affirming the warrant that was already in place. On the other one, it is the fact that you had an arrest warrant. It is for one count of interfering on a monitor device as a Class 4 felony and one count of criminal damage as a Class 2 misdemeanor. I'm appointing counsel to represent you. You have a status conference set on June 2nd at 8:30 a.m. and a preliminary hearing set on June 4th at 8:30 a.m. And I'm setting a secured appearance bond in that case in the amount of $2,500. And that's essentially it. Obviously, you're on probation, so if you did get out, you know, you have to contact probation officers within 72 hours. But at the moment, you're being held without bond. Okay. Actually, how do I change users? No changes. Yeah, we can go off the record. Thank you. How do I change users?
No returning to the scene of the alleged crime or have any contact with the alleged victim. Okay?
How much was the bond?
$25,000 secured appearance bond.
And that has, how much cash does it have to be?
You can work with a bond company.
Is that 10% of 25,000?
You can work with a bond company to get that figured out, and they have.
Or is it 25,000?
It is a secured appearance bond, so you can work with a bond company to get that posted. Okay, sir?
Okay.
Go ahead, step left.
Okay.
Officer has your paperwork.
Right, well, I know about all this.
Socorro Lopez, please. Hold on just a minute, ma'am. Oh. All right, Ms. Lopez, go ahead and state your name for the record.
Socorro Alicia Lopez,
And Ms. Lopez, what is your date of birth?
8/9 of 1989.
Thank you. And you are here on two matters today. And we are going to go ahead. Give me just a second. We're going to talk about your Maricopa County Superior Court matter first. The grand jury in Maricopa County issued a warrant for your arrest on allegations that on or about July 29, 2024, you committed burglary in the third degree, a class 4 felony. I am appointing you an attorney in that matter, and I am setting a hearing on June 3rd at 8:30 in the downtown Maricopa County Superior Court. I am affirming the bond amount in the arrest warrant for $25,000. In the event you are able to post that bond and secure your release, you're reminded you are not to return to the scene of the alleged crime or have any contact with the alleged victim.
I see a question.
Ma'am.
The charge was dropped. They released me. They released me, and then what was it? I'm not sure exactly what month it was that I got arrested for this particular crime, and they released me. Okay, they said all the charges were dropped. So you're telling me I got picked up again?
So the Maricopa County Superior Court, the grand jury, issued this arrest warrant on May 12th of 2025 for your arrest, which is what? So, you know, I don't know the history of your criminal matter. However, this grand jury arrest warrant was confirmed. So you are subject to that warrant. Now, you are also here because a municipal court issued a warrant for your arrest. Wait, hold on. Let me get this. Just a second. Okay, I'm sorry. You were arrested yesterday on charges of criminal damage, a misdemeanor. I did find probable cause for that violation. Purposes of appointing you an attorney in this matter, I am finding that you are indigent. An attorney should be appointed for you at your next hearing, which will be in the Tempe for Guadalupe Municipal Court on May 29th at 9 a.m. I am setting a secured appearance bond in this municipal court matter in the amount of $50 as a placeholder bond, so you can get credit for time in custody on this matter.
So how much is credit for that?
You know, honestly, I don't know exactly how that works or how that works for the municipal courts. However, because I am holding you on that $25,000 bond for the grand jury, it makes sense to put the $50 secured appearance bond on your municipal court matter. Okay, go ahead, step to the left. Michael Hutchins, please.
I'm sorry. Is that has to be full 25,000 or can I pay?
It's a secured appearance bond, so you can work with a bonding company.
So it doesn't have to be the full 25,000?
No, you work with a bonding company for whatever term. They will have terms depending upon your particular situation. But yeah, you can go ahead and talk to them, and detention officers will have that information for you. Michael Hutchins, please, and then Malik Lewis. All right, Mr. Hutchins, please state your name for the record.
Michael Kevin Hutchins.
Mr. Hutchins, what's your date of birth?
11/20/61, Your Honor.
Thank you. And you are here on two matters. We're going to go ahead and talk about your new case. First, you were arrested yesterday on charges of third-degree burglary, a Class 5 felony, and possession of burglary tools, a Class 6 felony. I did find probable cause for both of those. I am appointing you an attorney, and I am setting hearings on June 2nd at 8:30 and June 4th at 8:30. Both of those are in the downtown Maricopa County Superior Court. I am setting a secured appearance bond in your new matter in the amount of $5,000. In the event you are able to post that bond and secure your release, you may not return to the scene of the alleged crime, and you would also need to contact your probation officer within 24 hours because you are on intensive probation, which brings us to your second matter. You are on probation in case CR 2018-158402. In that case, the Maricopa County Superior Court has issued a warrant for your arrest for probation violations. I am appointing you an attorney in that probation violation matter, and I'm setting a hearing on June 2nd at 8:30 in the downtown Phoenix court. I am also setting a secured appearance bond in that probation violation matter in the amount of $3,000. Again, because you are on intensive probation services, in the event you are able to post your bond and secure your bonds and secure your release, you will need to contact your probation officer within 24 hours. Okay, go ahead, step left. Malik Lewis and then Timothy Valdez.
Good morning.
Morning, sir. Go ahead, state your name for the record.
Malik Lewis.
And Mr. Lewis, what is your date of birth?
10/31/2002.
Thank you. And you are here. Sure. Have your information all up. following your arrest yesterday on charges of unlawful flight from law enforcement, a Class 6 felony, reckless driving, a Class 1 misdemeanor, and exceeding the posted speed limit by 20 miles per hour. Did find probable, or more. I did find probable cause for all of those violations for purposes of appointing you an attorney.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm sorry, I'm re-reviewing your information. I am going to go ahead and appoint you an attorney.
Yes, ma'am.
And Julie? Okay. I am going to go ahead and appoint you an attorney, and I am setting 2 hearings, the first on June 2nd at 8:30 and the next one on June 4th at 8:30, both in the downtown Maricopa County Superior Court. I am setting a secured appearance bond in your case in the amount of $5,000. In the event you are able to post that bond and secure your release, I am further requiring that you not drive a motor vehicle until further order of the court.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, go ahead. Yes, sir.
So I have a question. I don't have no family out here, so I can't post my bond. Is it possible, like, I can make like a payment plan, something like that? Or?
So it is a secured appearance bond, so you can work with a bond company. It's not a cash bond, it's a secured appearance bond. So you can work with a bond company to post that amount.
And how would I don't know how to go through that.
So detention officers will have that information for you, and it may be in your paperwork, but they do certainly have that information for you.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So we did have to reprint it, and we're a little slow with the printing this morning. So if we don't get your paperwork right away, detention officer will bring it out to you, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, it is ready.
Oh, 60. All right. Thank you.
All right, Timothy Valdez, please, and then Bo Nicholson.
Go behind for you, sir.
All right, Mr. Valdez, go ahead and state your name for the record.
Timothy Valdez.
And Mr. Valdez, what is your date of birth?
4/11/88.
All right.
Before you make your decision, can I say something?
Yes, sir. I'm going to remind you that you do have the right to remain silent.
Yes, I just want to say that I'm not a flight risk. I did successfully complete 30 years out of 4 years probation, from 2021 till 2023.
Okay.
And my brother's out there with SMI. I take care of him. His name's Zachary Overson, diagnosed. Just if I can get released on my own accounts or CBA or that probation thing.
Okay. Hold on just a minute. Okay. All right. Thank you for that information. You were arrested yesterday on charges of possession of dangerous drugs, a Class 4 felony, possession of narcotic drugs, a Class 4 felony, resisting arrest, a Class 6 felony, and escape in the 3rd degree, a Class 6 felony. Did find probable cause for all of those. I am appointing you an attorney, and I am setting 2 hearings, the first on June 2nd at 8:30 and the next one on June 4th at 8:30, both in the downtown Maricopa County Superior Court. I know you stated that you're not a flight risk. However, based upon the information in the Form 4, I am setting a secured appearance bond in your case in the amount of $5,000. All right, in the event you are able to post that, you are reminded that you are not to possess any weapons. Go ahead, step to the left. Bo Nicholson, please. All right, Mr. Nicholson, go ahead, state your name for the record.
Oh, Nicholson, June 14th, 1980.
Thank you. And you are here today because you were arrested yesterday on charges of assault, misdemeanor, and preventing the use of a phone in an emergency, a Class 2 misdemeanor. I did find probable cause for both of those. For purposes of appointing you an attorney, I am finding that you are not indigent, so I am not appointing an attorney for you here today. However, you may, of course, retain an attorney at your own expense to represent you. I am setting a hearing on June 4th at 8:30 in the Goodyear Municipal Court. I am setting a secured appearance bond in your case in the amount of $1,500. In the event you are able to post that bond and secure your release, you may not return to the scene of the alleged crime or have contact with any alleged victim. You may not reside at the same location as any alleged victim nor go to the alleged victim's residence, even if you are an owner or renter of the residence. If you need to collect some essential belongings, you can arrange for one civil standby with law enforcement. The way you do that is you contact your local police department and you tell them, I need a civil standby. They know what that is. And they will assist you to go to your house or your residence and to collect your essential belongings. Okay?
Am I prohibited to cross state lines for my work? I deliver commercial glass to Vegas, and I come back I go up Monday, Wednesday, and I come back Tuesday, Thursday.
Okay.
You know, and I'm usually doing something local in town.
Okay. So what we can do is...
that I'm the sole provider for my family.
Okay. You said Vegas?
Vegas only.
Okay.
And when I come back, I may go to Havasu. That's coming back to Phoenix.
Okay. Because it's your work, I'm permitting you to travel to Las Vegas, Nevada. You are required to return by June 4th. And I know you said you go back and forth. However, June 4th is your hearing date, so that's when you need to be back. Now, if you do not appear for that hearing date, please be aware that an arrest warrant may issue, okay?
Understood.
All right. So I did make that change. Julie? Okay, thanks. Sorry. All right, so we're reprinting the paperwork. You might need to give us just a minute.
Yeah. And I do appreciate that.
All right, Brittany Pabro, please.
Morning.
Good morning, Ms. Pabro. Go ahead, state your name for the record.
Brittany Pabro.
And Ms. Pabro, what is your date of birth?
August 9th, 1993.
Thank you. And you are here on 3 matters. We're going to go ahead. We're going to start with your Justice Court matter first. The North Mesa Justice Court issued a warrant for your arrest for failure to appear in their matter. It is it's a post-adjudication failure to pay or comply with court orders matter. In that matter, I am appointing you an attorney, and I'm setting a hearing in the North Mesa Justice Court on May 29th at 1 p.m. I am setting a placeholder bond in the amount of a secured appearance bond in the amount of $50 in that case. Now, you are also here because the Maricopa County Superior Court issued warrants for your arrest for failure to appear in their matter CR 2024-143841 and CR 2023-105745. In each of those matters, I'm not appointing you an attorney because one should already have been appointed for you. I am setting a hearing on, in both of those matters, I'm setting hearings on June 5th at 8:30 a.m. in the downtown Maricopa County Superior Court. In both of those failure to appear matters, I am setting secured appearance bonds in the amount of $1,000. So that's $1,000 per case, so that's $2,050 in secured appearance bonds, okay? In the event you are able to post those bonds and secure your release, you would need to make sure you attend all of your hearings, all right? All right, go ahead, step to left. Melissa Lynch and then Alton Pyburn, please. All right, Ms. Lynch, go ahead, state your name for the record.
Hi, my name is Melissa Lynch, July 16th, 1979.
Okay, and you are here because you were arrested yesterday on charges of aggravated assault, a Class 5 felony, criminal trespass in the first degree, a Class 6 felony, simple assault, a Class 1 misdemeanor, disorderly conduct, a Class 1 misdemeanor, and criminal damage, a Class 2 misdemeanor. I did find probable cause for all of those. I am appointing you an attorney, and I'm setting hearings on June 2nd at 8:30 and June 4th at 8:30, both in the downtown Maricopa County Superior Court. Okay. So I am appointing you and
I don't mean to interrupt you. It was my neighbor. We were hanging out, and my dog ran into her house, and she has dogs, and so I ran in after, and her son thought I was rushing him, and they just attacked me.
Okay. So my reading of the Form 4 was different than your statement here. So I am finding probable cause.
We were hanging out.
And I do understand that you're neighbors, ma'am. I am setting a secured appearance bond in the amount of $2,500. In the event you are able to post that.
I can't. I got to work tomorrow.
Okay.
I'm going to lose my job.
Okay. I am stating my usual for these is don't return to the scene of the alleged crime, don't have any contact with the alleged victim. I understand that you guys live in the same apartment complex. So what I have said is you may come and go from your own apartment if you're still permitted to do so by management, but you are not to linger or loiter in any common areas of the apartment complex, including patios, hallways, stairwells, parking lots, laundry rooms, or recreational facilities.
Yeah, I don't hang out anyways. So I'm not getting out today?
So it is a secured bond. You can work with the bond company to post it.
How much is it?
It's a $2,500 secured appearance bond.
So is that $250?
Usually they charge 10%, but you have to talk to the particular bonding company regarding what terms, given your own particular circumstance. Okay.
So why is it probable cause? Is because I didn't press charges against them because they jumped me. Do you know what I mean? I didn't want to pursue it because they're my neighbors. It's like, it was a simple incident because of the dogs. So I'm just trying to understand all these charges. It's not even, that's ridiculous.
Okay, so you should receive a copy of the Form 4 as well, and so you can read what I am reading, and it seems to have started before the dogs. So go ahead, step to the left to get your paperwork, and it'll be there for you. Alton Pyburn, please, and then Ava Sesmus.
I apologize.
No worries. All right, sir, go ahead and state your name for the record.
Alton Jerry Pyburn, 125, 1986.
Thank you. And you are here because the Maricopa County Superior Court issued a warrant for your failure to appear in their matter CR 2025-119030. In that matter, I am not appointing you an attorney because one should already have been appointed for you. I am setting two hearings, first on June 2nd at 8:30 and the next one on June 4th at 8:30, both in the downtown Maricopa County Superior Court. I am setting a secured appearance bond in the amount of $500. In the event you are able to post that bond and secure your release, go to your court hearings. Go ahead, step to left. Ava Sesmas, please, and then Rashome Ellington. Good morning, ma'am. Go ahead, state your name for the record.
Ava Sesmas,
And Ms. Sesmas, what is your date of birth?
January 17th, 1982.
Thank you. And you are here today because you were arrested yesterday on charges of theft of a means of transportation, a Class 3 felony.
Oh.
I am finding probable cause for that. I am appointing you an attorney. I am setting 2 hearings in your case, the first on June 2nd at 8:30 and the next one on June 4th at 8:30. Both in the downtown Maricopa County Superior Court. I am setting a secured appearance bond in your case in the amount of $750. Okay? In the event you are able to post that bond and secure your release, you need to go to your hearings. If you do not go to your hearings, then a arrest warrant may issue. Okay? Go ahead, step forward.
Oh,
ma'am.
The officer told me that it was a possession of a stolen vehicle because it was a U-Haul that I rented. I was supposed to turn it in on Friday, and I was going to do it on Monday.
So the statutory language talks about theft of a means of transportation, but basically that's wrongfully possessing or taking in your case, the U-Haul. That's what it was.
Oh.
Okay, so that's what you got charged with.
So theft means worse than possession of transportation?
A theft of a means of transportation. Yes, so that was that in your case. That was the U-Haul they're talking about.
Oh, okay.
Okay, go ahead, step to the left. Rashome Ellington. Hello. All right, sir, go ahead, state your name for the record.
Sean DeMont Ellington,
And Mr. Ellington, what is your date of birth?
10/9/80.
All right, and you were arrested yesterday on charges of assault, a misdemeanor, abuse, a misdemeanor, criminal damage, a misdemeanor, disorderly conduct, fighting, a misdemeanor. I did find probable cause for all of those. For purposes of appointing you an attorney based upon the information that you provided to pretrial services, I'm finding that you are not indigent, so I am not appointing an attorney for you today. However, you may, of course, retain an attorney at your own expense to represent you. I am setting a hearing on May 29th at 1 p.m. in the North Mesa Justice Court. I am setting a secured appearance bond in your case in the amount of $750. In the event you are able to post that bond, you may not return to the scene of the alleged crime or have any contact with the alleged victim. You may not reside at the same location as any alleged victim or go to the alleged victim's residence, even if you're the owner or renter of the residence. If you need to collect essential belongings, you can arrange for one civil standby with your local police department. Okay?
Start. Question then. You said the Mesa?
North Mesa Justice Court. And so that address and that court's address and contact information will be in your paperwork.
Okay.
Okay, go ahead, step to the left.
Thank you.
Jesus Chavez, please. Morning, sir. Go ahead, state your name for the record.
Jesus Chavez, birthday is 09/15/95.
Thank you. All right, you are here because you were arrested on a warrant out of the Maricopa County Superior Court for failure to appear in your matter, CR 2025-119746. I'm not appointing an attorney for you today because one should already have been appointed for you if you are eligible to have an attorney appointed for you. I am setting hearings on June 2nd at 8:30 and June 4th at 8:30, both in the downtown Maricopa County Superior Court. I am affirming the Superior Court's arrest warrant, the suggested amount in the in the arrest warrant of $500. So I am setting a secured appearance bond in the amount of $500 in your case. In the event that you are able to post that bond and secure your release, you need to go to your hearings. All right, go ahead, step to the left. Deshauna Wilson, please. Yes.
Hi.
Hi.
Morning.
Good morning. Please state your name for the record.
Benjamin Wilson.
All right. I understand, what was your name before?
Deshauna.
Okay. And your pronouns are Mr.? Okay.
No,
He,
Mrs.
him, Miss?
Yeah.
Okay. So Miss Wilson is your preferred form of address? Okay. Miss Wilson, what is your date of birth?
4/14/85.
Thank you. And you are here today because you have two warrants out of the Maricopa County Superior Court on allegations of a probation violation in your cases CR 2021-128444 and CR 2024-146610. In both of those probation violation matters, I am appointing you an attorney, and I am setting hearings on June 2nd at 8:30 in the downtown Maricopa County Superior Court. In both of those matters, I am setting secured appearance bonds in the amount of $250, so that's a total of $500 in secured appearance bonds. In the event that you are able to post those bonds and secure release, you will need to contact your probation officer within 24 hours because you're on intensive probation services. Okay, go ahead, step to the left.
So are you going to release me or no?
I'm setting a $500 secured appearance bond.
Okay.
Caitlin Fiesel, please. All right, Ms. Fiesel, go ahead, state your name for the record.
Caitlin Fiesel.
And Ms. Fiesel, what's your date of birth?
December 3rd, 1991.
Thank you. And you are here today on two matters. Let's go ahead and talk about your new case first. You were arrested yesterday on charges of possession of narcotic drugs for sale, a Class 2 felony, possession of narcotic drugs, a Class 4 felony, and possession of drug paraphernalia, a Class 6 felony. I did find probable cause for all of those. I am appointing you an attorney, and I am setting hearings in the downtown Maricopa County Superior Court for June 2nd at 8:30 and June 4th at 8:30. I am in your new case setting a secured appearance bond in the amount of $500. Now, you are also here because you are on probation in case CR 2022-000397. In that probation matter, the Maricopa County Superior Court has issued a warrant for your arrest on allegations that you violated that probation. In the probation violation matter, I am appointing you an attorney, and I'm setting a hearing on June 2nd at 8:30, again in the downtown Maricopa County Superior Court. In the probation violation matter, I am setting a secured appearance bond in the amount of $250. So with your new case, the total in secured appearance bonds of $750. In the event you are able to post those bonds and secure your release, you will need to contact your probation officer within 72 hours. Okay, go ahead, step left. Natalie Manriquez and then Kevin Gifford, please. Good morning, ma'am. Go ahead, state your name for the record.
Natalie Manriquez.
And Ms. Manriquez, what is your date of birth?
7/22/1991.
Thank you. And you are here because you were arrested yesterday on charges of disorderly conduct, fighting, a Class 1 misdemeanor, and assault, a Class 3 misdemeanor. I did find probable cause for both of those. For purposes of appointing you an attorney, I am finding that you are indigent. An attorney should be appointed for you at your next hearing, which will be on June 11th at 1 p.m. Will you go to that?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to release you today on your own recognizance. However, you're going to be subject to certain release conditions, including you may not return to the scene of the alleged crime or have any contact with the alleged victim. You may not reside at the same location as any alleged victim or go to the alleged victim's residence, even if you are an owner or renter of the residence. You can arrange for one civil standby with law enforcement to collect any essential belongings. Now, do you and the alleged victim share children?
Yeah.
Yes? Okay. So I have put in a provision that you may contact the alleged victim only by email or text messaging. I'm assuming that the alleged victim has a cell phone?
Yeah.
Okay. And only regarding issues directly involving the parenting of your children. Okay?
I work from home too, so I don't know how, because I have my station at home.
Okay.
So how would I?
So what you would need to do is you would need to, remember how we talked about the one civil standby?
Oh, okay.
So contact your local police department, say, I need a civil standby. They know what that is.
Okay.
So they will go with you and you can collect your work stuff, okay?
Oh, okay. Okay.
All right, go ahead.
Thank you.
Step left. Kevin Gifford, please. Mr. Gifford, please go ahead and state your name for the record.
Kevin Homer Gifford, December 16th, 1977.
Thank you. And you are here because the family court in Maricopa County, Family Court of Maricopa County Superior Court issued a warrant for your arrest.
Missed a court date.
Well, it's for child support.
Correct, yeah. I had surgery and I'd had a complication with that, and I didn't. Anyways, I missed it. I can pay that purge payment.
Okay, and I just realized that I need to fix it. I'm looking at the warrant itself, and the writing was a bit blurry, but now that I've blown it up, I see that it is $3,000, and I had it as $5,000. So sorry about that, Julie.
That's okay.
Okay, so I am setting a court date for you on May 30th at 10 a.m. This is not a criminal matter, so you're not entitled to have me appoint an attorney for you today. You may, of course, retain an attorney at your own expense to represent you. Pursuant to the warrant, now that I have corrected my reading of it, sorry about that, I am setting a cash purge amount of $3,000 pursuant to the warrant. Okay?
Am I able to pay that today and have that squashed? And
So as far as how that gets paid, you can ask the detention officers how the mechanics of that, logistics of that. But I do know that you do have to get that taken care of before you're eligible for release.
Yeah,
okay?
Absolutely. Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you.
Ivan Canales, please.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir. Go ahead, state your name for the record.
Ivan Canales.
Mr. Canales, what is your date of birth?
06/28/99.
Thank you. And you are here on two matters. So we're going to talk about your West Mesa Justice Court matter first. West Mesa Justice Court issued a warrant for your arrest for failure to appear in their matter involving DUI charges stemming from an incident in August of 24. In that matter, I'm not appointing you an attorney. I'm not appointing you an attorney for two reasons. One, you're not indigent according to the information you provided to pretrial services. Also, because of the nature of the charges. I am setting a hearing in your justice court matter on June 10th at 8:30 in the West Mesa Justice Court. Will you go to that?
Yeah.
Okay. So you are also on probation in Maricopa County Superior Court case number CR 2021-130764. Again, for your charges arising from the failure to appear in the West Mesa Justice Court would constitute a violation of term 1 of your probation. Okay. In that probation violation matter, I am again finding that you are not indigent for purposes of appointing you an attorney. However, as with the West Mesa Justice Court matter, you may, of course, retain an attorney at your own expense to represent you. I am setting a hearing in the downtown Maricopa County Superior Court on June 2nd at 8:30 in the morning. Will you go to that?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm going to release you in that matter, too, on your own recognizance. You do, because you are on probation, you do need to contact your probation officer within 72 hours of your release, okay? All right. Go ahead, step to the left.
Thank you.
Oh, good morning, Ms. Scott. Good morning. And officers, we do need to clear, please.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Okay.
All right, we are going to go next to Amber D'Angelo. Ms. D'Angelo, please state your name for the record.
Amber D'Angelo.
And Ms. D'Angelo, what is your date of birth?
11/17/2004.
And on behalf of the state, Ms. Scott, would you like to make your appearance?
Thank you, Your Honor. Brooke Kahn on behalf of the state.
Thank you. All right. Ms. Scott, would you like to be heard on probable cause?
Not regarding probable cause, no, Your Honor.
Okay. All right, Ms. D'Angelo, you were arrested on charges of sexual conduct with a minor, a Class 2 felony, and sexual abuse, a Class 3 felony. With an offense date of on or about May 24th, 2025, I did find probable cause for both of those violations. I am appointing you an attorney, and I am setting hearings on June 2nd at 8:30 and June 4th at 8:30, both of those in the downtown Maricopa County Superior Court. Ms. Gaunt, would you like to be heard on conditions of release, if any?
Yes, Your Honor, thank you. The state's asking for a $250,000 cash-only bond, and if Ms. D'Angelo is able to post that, we'd ask for electronic monitoring, as is required by statute, no contact with any minors, and no contact with the co-defendant. Those requests are based on the nature of the charges. The victim was 12 years old. Ms. D'Angelo allegedly acted with an accomplice. Our concern is that she is a danger to the community. Additionally, she's facing significant mandatory prison time if convicted as charged. Additionally, the state is making a motion to seal the Form 4 because it contains the minor victim's name, and we'd ask to replace it with the redacted Form 4. Thank you.
Thank you. And Ms. Gaunt, I am going to go ahead and grant your motion to seal the Form 4 and indicate it as such.
Thank you.
Ms. D'Angelo, I'm going to remind you, you do have the right to remain silent. Would you like to be heard on conditions of release, if any? All right. Hearing no argument from Ms. D'Angelo, I did read the Form 4. I understand that there is a significant weight of evidence in this case, including, I believe, a video. I do believe that and especially in view of the age of the victim, I believe that state's recommendation is very appropriate in this case. I am setting a cash-only appearance bond in the amount of $250,000. In the event that Ms. D'Angelo is able to post that bond and secure her release, she would be subject to other release conditions, including electronic monitoring. No victim contact, no contact with minors, no exceptions. I'm also prohibiting any accessing the internet except for school, court, and work purposes. And as Ms. Gaunt recommended, no contact with any co-defendant. Ms. D'Angelo, go ahead, step to the left. All right, Hayden Campbell, please.
Your Honor, before we begin, may I address you for a moment on something?
So we need to go ahead and get appearances first, and then we can move on. Okay, Mr. Campbell, go ahead, state your name for the record.
Hayden Braden Campbell.
And Mr. Campbell, what is your date of birth?
August 17th, 1999.
Thank you. And on behalf of the state, Ms. Gaunt, would you like to make your appearance?
Thank you, Your Honor. Brooke Gaunt on behalf of the state.
Okay. And Mr. Campbell, I'm willing to hear what you have to say. Of course, I am going to remind you, you do have the right to remain silent.
I know, ma'am.
And that anything you say could be used against you.
I fully understand that. I am not sure how exactly this works or if there is any leeway here. Everything that happened was entirely my fault. I did not realize, I know that it doesn't make any difference. I didn't know that Ava was a minor. She told us both she was 18. I introduced them. I'm the only reason Amber had any contact with the victim in the first place. It never would have happened. She is a kind person who is trying to, in Aspen's understanding of the situation, my understanding of the situation was an 18-year-old girl was getting beaten nearly to death by her family, and we gave her a place to stay, and then things got physical. But that is my fault. I introduced them, and Aspen should not be punished for me being the biggest fucking moron that's ever lived. She is a good person with a kind heart who has only ever tried to do what's right for those around her, and she should not suffer. If anyone has to suffer consequences, I will take them fully on the nose. It's my fault. Anything that happened here was my fault. Neither of us knew, but dear God, it's not her fault, ma'am. She is a wonderful person with an amazing heart who has never hurt a soul in her entire life. She has only ever sought to do good, and even in this case where a horrible mistake happened, her only intention was to keep someone safe that she understood was in harm's way.
Okay. Thank you for that. All right, Mr. Campbell, you were arrested on charges of sexual conduct with a minor, a Class 2 felony, with an offense date of on or about May 24th, 2025. I am finding probable cause for that violation. And Ms. Gaunt, I am so sorry. I meant to ask you, did you want to be heard on probable cause now that I found it?
No, Your Honor.
Okay. Sorry about that. Mr. Campbell, I am appointing you an attorney, and I'm setting 2 hearings, the first on June 2nd at 8:30 and the next one on June 4th at 8:30, both in the downtown Maricopa County Superior Court. Ms. Gaunt, would you like to be heard on sealing of the Form 4 and on conditions of release, if any?
Thank you, Your Honor. The state is, in this case as well, requesting to seal the Form 4 because it contains the minor victim's name and replace it with the redacted version. Additionally, the state is making the same release conditions request as for the co-defendant, $250,000 cash-only bond, electronic monitoring, no contact with any minors, no internet use, and no contact with the co-defendant, and it's based on ostensibly the same rationale as for Ms. D'Angelo, the nature of the charges, the young age of the victim, and the fact that the state is concerned that Mr. Campbell is a danger to the community.
Thank you. All right. With that, Mr. Campbell, do you...
I have nothing to say in defense of myself, ma'am. I found out earlier today that when they told me that she was 12, and I have no argument. I didn't know, but Jesus Christ, I'm a monster, miss. she's a little girl, and I didn't know she was a little girl, but send me to jail, kill me, I don't care at this point. Just please make sure that Aspen shouldn't.
Okay. All right, Ms. Gott, I am granting your motion to seal the Form 4. I understand that you will be filing a redacted version with a redacted version of that. I am setting a secured, I'm setting a cash-only appearance bond in the amount of $250,000. In the event that Mr. Campbell is able to post that bond and secure his release, he would be subject to certain release conditions, including electronic monitoring, no contact with the alleged victim, no contact with any co-defendant, no contact with minors, no accessing the internet except for school, court, and work purposes, no possession of weapons. All right, and with that, unless there's anything further from the state, Ms. Gott?
No, Your Honor, thank you.
Sorry, sir.
Okay, that concludes it. You can go ahead, step to left.
May I be excused, Your Honor?
Yes, Ms. Gott, thank you for your appearance today. All right, we do have 3 house calls. Our first house call is Christine Ordonez. Ms. Ordonez is here on 3 matters. We're going to start with, Ms. Ordonez's date of birth is August 8th, 1977. Ms. Ordonez is here on 4 matters. We're going to start with her new matter. She was arrested yesterday on possession of dangerous drugs, a Class 4 felony, possession of drug paraphernalia, a Class 6 felony, and criminal trespass in the 3rd degree, a Class 3 misdemeanor. I did find probable cause for all of those, and I am appointing her an attorney. I'm setting 2 hearings in her case, the first on June 2nd at 8:30, and the next one on June 4th at 8:30, both in the downtown Maricopa County Superior Court. In her new case, I am setting a secured appearance bond in the amount of $250. Now, Ms. Ordonez is on probation in 3 other cases. Those cases are CR 2024-154361, CR 2024-146672, and CR 2024-130661. In all 3 of those probation cases, Ms. Ordonez's new charges in PF 2025-121853 would constitute an alleged Term 1 violation. In each of the 3 probation violation matters, I am appointing her an attorney, and I am setting hearings on June 2nd at 8:30 in the downtown Maricopa County Superior Court. I am setting a secured appearance bond in each of the 3 probation violation matters in the amount of $250. In the event that Ms. Ordonez is able to post her bonds and secure her release, she would need to contact her probation officer within 72 hours. All right, our next house call is Diamond Iniguez. Ms. Iniguez's date of birth is December 22nd of 1999. Ms. Iniguez was arrested yesterday on charges of aggravated assault, assault on a first responder, a Class 6 felony, and disorderly conduct fighting, a Class 1 misdemeanor. I did find probable cause for both of those. I am appointing her an attorney, and I'm setting hearings on June 2nd at 8:30 and June 4th at 8:30. Both in the downtown Maricopa County Superior Court. I am setting a secured appearance bond in the amount of $5,000. Our last house call is David DeLeon Jr. Mr. DeLeon's date of birth is November 12th of 1995. Mr. DeLeon was arrested based upon an arrest warrant out of the Kyrene Justice Court for failure to pay. Because of the nature of the charges, he is not entitled to have me appoint an attorney for him here today. He may, of course, retain an attorney at his own expense to represent him. My intention now is to release Mr. De Leon on his own recognizance and set a hearing on June 17th at 9:30 a.m. in the Kyrene Justice Court. If